Hey guys, what's happening? I'm up here in DeLand, Florida with my man Brian from BBK, co-founder of the company, owner of the company, passionate about Mustangs, and cruised up to pick up some parts for our 90 Mustang, and I stopped in my tracks when I saw this. Brian, what do we got here?
So this is the polar opposite of your 1990. That has how many miles on it?
140,000, and it's well worn.
This is 331 miles. So this thing has literally never been touched. It never got registered. Picked it up at an auction up at Barrett Jackson with my buddies from Gas Monkey, and took it here about 2 years ago. Came in on the truck and it got backed into the showroom. It's been moved in the showroom I think twice. Started for that just to keep it running, but it's never been out on the street. So I think we should take it out and see what it's like to go back in town.
Oh, I'm totally down for that. Who gets to drive?
You can drive it.
Oh, sweet. Let's go, man. Oh yeah. 93 Mustang, baby. 5.0. All right, we're gonna roll this baby out. It's gonna have about 340 miles on it when we're done. Woo! The shifter's like crazy tight. All right, we're about to drive a 331 mile, all original Foxbody Mustang. Brian's gonna hop in here in a second. Reef Blue, as you can see, the awesome white interior, premium sound on the Dolby stereo, AM/FM cassette, prime time. Convertible this year had an actually interior headliner, which makes things real nice. White leather interior. Car smells brand new. It's got, still has that, amazingly, 27 years later, it still has that smell to it, Brian.
It does. This is the machine.
This is the machine.
I worked on a lot of these cars in the day.
We did a lot of stories on these things, combined on a lot of efforts, project cars and stuff. Man.
So we just need some vanilla ice. We're rolling in our 5.0, right?
I know. We even could drop the top so our hair can blow. Thank God we still have hair.
Yeah,
right?
see, there are some pluses in life, right?
Yep.
We might be older, but we got hair.
All right, so here we go. My first impression is, wow, it's tight. Because I've driven a lot of Fox bodies and a few recently, and they don't feel like this.
No.
I mean, the leather on the steering wheel feels nice.
It's literally like driving a new.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like it was 32 years. Well, this is 93. My first one, like we said, was in 89.
Go windows up
Yours
here.
was in 87.
Yep, I've had about 5 or 6 of them over time. Turn signal here still works. Everything works in this thing.
We've got oil pressure, right?
Yep, got oil pressure. We got all the gauges.
We just switched from 331 to 332.
Oh, we put a whole mile on it. Oh man, you just devalued the car.
I just lost 10 grand.
I am giddy right now. I'm giddy like a school kid, man. This is let's see what she's got, all right?
Yeah, let's do it.
Whoa. Oh man, feel that acceleration.
I'm scared. Let off.
I mean, we're talking 2020 GT500 performance here. Man.
What did you say? That's probably 11 second quarter mile, right?
Easy, easy. 8th mile. But all kidding aside, wow, it's tight. You know, just being in a Foxbody and kind of the throwback of the seating position.
Yeah, it's
I always like the feel of the steering on these cars as far as the angle of the steering wheel.
Watch this van.
Yep, I got this van coming in. He's coming in hot, Striker. Just something about driving these cars brings us back. It's bringing me back to December of '87 when I got my car.
I mean, this car kicked off the whole industry. You know, BBK, we might be a large company now. We make parts for Ford, Chevy, Dodge, cars, trucks, thousands of different things. But the 5-liter Mustangs, what kicked it all off. You know, this was what I drove. This was the car I bought for the company in 1989. 11, 12 $12,900 I paid for it brand new, and that was our test car. And then within about 3 months, we had it torn apart. We had different everything on it.
I remember in '87 getting my car. It was the winter in New Jersey, so all I wanted to do was
You're gonna have to go straight.
take the thing to the drag strip.
Yep.
So I had to wait, but setting the timing and getting my short belt all set up and doing all the things that you did to make it go quick at the track.
I remember the tricks. Ice,
10-minute
pull the air
tune-up.
silencer off.
All that stuff. This car has the air silencer in it. I mean, it is literally, I kind of want to dive into it and put headers on it. And there goes my cell phone.
Okay, so the rule now, or I guess the test is, does the air conditioner work? Or does
Holy
the
crap,
car
dude.
blow up when we turn it on?
All right, give it some AC.
Normal AC.
Something just happened.
Feel air.
I feel something.
I feel cold air.
Holy crap, it works.
Look at that.
Wow.
We
Always-
say that this is 27-year-old car, time capsule. And the air conditioning works. I
Man,
guess
so
Ford did something right.
I always love the different mirrors on the convertible. It kind of gave it a little more of a Euro look. I think it took it away from the corner of the window there, which is a nice touch.
Yeah, no, this is cool. This is just amazing. It brings back a lot of memories to drive a new 1993 5-liter Mustang.
And I think that's the actual point of what we're doing right now. We're driving a new 93 Mustang. We're going back 27 years in time to a time where we were younger, and this was a brand new car, and it represented really the epitome of performance for 1993.
That's it. And back then I honestly thought, Evan, that our industry would be gone in 10 years because fuel injection was new, all the emission controls seemed to be getting worse and worse, and now you have a massive industry, and you can buy, what's the top horsepower GT500 putting out nowadays?
760.
Okay, 760. So 760, and it probably gets better gas mileage than this 1983.
That's probably pretty close. I mean,
Close on the highway.
so it just took that corner there. The steering feels incredibly tight in these. The road feel is nice. There's just so much coolness of this car. I'm almost speechless to a degree because I am just enjoying just the simplicity of driving such a cool car, and a car that really not only means a lot to me now, but it meant a lot to me back in the day. I mean, basically my entire career existed because I bought that Mustang. I met guys like Neil Van Opry and Jim Camposano, and learned how to drag race and how to modify cars. I had hot rods before that, but the 5-liter at the time there was such a movement for the car.
It was.
That.
And not just that, remember, I mean, Muscle Mustang, people waited every month to get the new issue to find out what was cool, what was working, what didn't work, like who's going faster.
Yeah, and
we didn't have the internet. We forget we didn't have, YouTube. We didn't have Google back then.
Camposano always preached to all the guys at the magazine, myself and guys like Vinny, got to have reader value. You got to go to the track. You got to test it, because people are spending their hard-earned dollars on a set of headers or an intake or a cam or a blower or something, and we're the ones that are going to tell the world whether that stuff works or not. So really diving into these cars and proving and disproving stuff, and there are companies that got pretty pissed off at times because their stuff didn't really go faster at the track, or this is even way before even you'd go on a chassis dyno with a car. You took the car to the
nobody
track.
had dynos back then. I remember us getting our first in-ground dyno jet. I want to say that was like 1996, maybe 1995.
Right.
Before then, we were track testing everything. Everything was back onto the track.
The AOD's working great, like you said. I'll tell you what, I'm always a stick shift guy, but it's pretty neat to drive an AOD equipped car because it's kind of doing its thing. It's kind of comfortable, especially in this car.
We've got the AC cruising.
Can't believe the AC works.
I mean, literally, what's neat about the Mustang, like this Foxbody, if you didn't know it, you would think you're in a pretty new car right now. styling that's different, but just driving it drives really nice. Like you can daily drive this thing all day long.
Yeah, aside from like a little bit, actually, it's I think it's just the sun visor vibrating.
Yeah, I mean, these things, the convertibles, you know, that's why we sell so many subframe connectors to this day for Fox bodies, especially the convertibles.
Right.
When Ford did the convertible top on it, these unibodies had a lot of flex.
Yep.
So, you know.
Hold on to yourself, Brian. All right?
Yeah. Whoa.
Woo. Holy crap. Warp speed.
Damn, I think we hit 90.
It kicked down though.
It did.
You know, fun to drive.
I mean, this was honestly, what, a 14.5 second car probably this day?
Yeah, tuned up with a little timing in it and a 10-minute tune-up. I mean, I think factory bone stock with I think it was 9 or 10 degrees of timing was factory. They were 15.0, 14.9 if you got a track with some good air. People kind of tend to forget that. You get nostalgic. Oh, those cars, you know, a coupe with 308s, a strip model maybe was a 13-second car, but most of them were mid-14s. I think the very first pass I made on my LX was 1464, and with doing the tricks, I whittled it into the 13s. But I mean, again, today you're not really looking for the speed out of this car. It's more about owning it and enjoying it and feeling nostalgic. And this is still like a new car, like you said. The steering's tight, the brakes work good, there's no weird rattles, and the seat, if you guys could see the seat, every seat had the lean after about 40-50,000 miles. And this seat is straight up, meaning the floorboard is good, the seat back's not broken. That was actually a big deal.
Yeah, this car is literally brand new. I mean, it still has the plastic on the floors. Factory car or floor mats. It's never been registered, so this thing is literally a factory new car.
Yeah, I mean, the dash is perfect. There's not a blemish on the entire car.
No, that's what's neat about it. Like, I've looked at, I've entertained, I've had people offer me good money for the car, but it's something that 10 years from now, it's going to be even that much cooler that this thing is that original. So what do we've got on it now? We just broke 337.
Yep, it's going to crack 0.8, so we might get to 339 miles. And Brian, I got to be honest with you, I know owning something like this is special, and you do have to be careful because your investment about the miles, but giving me the chance to drive, it's pretty cool, and I want to thank you for that, because this is really neat.
This is a cool car. It brings back a lot of good memories, man.
I'm being thrown back here a little bit into a little bit of a time warp. The biggest thing, you know what you've just done now, is you've completely motivated me to go home, go back, and slam those shorty headers on our 90 so we can go rip some gears.
Yeah. Yep, make that 140,000 mile car feel like a new one again.
Yep, thankfully I think it has some BBK frame connectors on it.
There you go.
So it feels not too terrible. It's actually in good shape for its age. This car obviously is a completely different animal.
Now this is a rarity, but it's fun, and it is something that, you know, my wife was like, "What's with that green blue Mustang you bought?" And I said, "Babe, you don't realize this is what allowed me to do everything I do nowadays was this generation car, Foxbody Mustang." So
yeah, and you know, I think this car had a big effect on. It became a cult following, and then really, like you mentioned earlier, we had an off-camera conversation about it being like the '55 Chevy. Of its time, and up until this car came out, aftermarket companies made headers generic, they made carburetors generic.
Yeah, you didn't have direct fit.
This car, intake manifolds, roller cams, of course cams can be, you know, put in any engine, but exhaust systems really just for this car. And then even, you know, interior pieces and body components, companies like Savini's and all these companies that grew with the Mustang.
No, it's cool. We've been fortunate at BBK because we were there in the beginning. First throttle body, first shorty header, first underdrive pulley. I mean, some really cool stuff. First air intakes.
Check this out.
Look at that, the horn works.
The horn works.
AC cool. And the horn works. Yeah. Awesome, man.
Brian, thank you so much. Out. Very cool.
This is fun.
And when you turn your back, I'll probably mod this thing out a little bit.
There you go.
So.
Mod it out.
All right. Thanks, man.
Okay.
The AC works.
Wow.
Can you believe that? We didn't try the stereo. Should we try the stereo? Dolby sound. Alright, so the biggest thing on a Foxbody is right here. If you're a Foxbody person, you know these never work. The door just flops all over the place. Boom, look at that. That's in perfect condition, and these always break right here. Of course, with 338 miles now, you would expect it to work, but it's just cool that it does. So this has been a neat experience, and I'm motivated to get back to the shop and get cracking. You guys have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, hit that like button, and have yourself a great day.